Austin was looking fucking good, man. He was hurting Gib. He wobbled Gib like 1 or 2 times. Austin was looking really good, but it was so similar to the first fight. Austin McBroom looked good at first, and then Gib started coming on. But literally the second that Austin started getting tired and Gib started coming back, he got hurt. But I think regardless of him getting hurt, I think the fight would have been the same. Austin was starting to fade. He was starting to breathe heavy, and Gib was starting to make his comeback. I think that's the problem though with this tournament and then putting in a losers bracket. Some of the guys quit. So
dude, like who the fuck, if you figure out in front of a crowd of 1,000 people that you can't fight, who the fuck wants to fight again after that?
Yeah, some of the guys quit. So I don't know if they're gonna be willing to like keep going. You know what I mean? I mean, it's at the end of the day, they signed up for it. They signed the fucking contract. So if they don't do it, they'll probably get sued. But so they kind of have to do it. It's what they signed up for. I'm sure they knew the stipulations when they got into it. Yeah, I like the idea of the tournament. I don't like the idea of the losers bracket. Come the championship fights. You're gonna see a lot of those people that lost like twice, or they're not really in it anymore. They're not gonna care anymore, and we might see some horrible fights. Then we might see some people really fight safe. We might see some horrible fights, but who knows? I mean, we'll see. Gib is gonna be fighting Jarvis. I got Gib winning that fight because Jarvis is too small. The weight class is like somewhere around like 170, 175, and Jarvis is literally like fucking 5'6", and he's punching way out of his weight class. And his fight really showed it. Jarvis was getting his ass whooped. He was getting his ass handed to him, and it wasn't until the Tom Zanetti guy was the guy he was fighting. He was eating a lot of body shots, and he was just throwing punches. He wasn't really conserving his gas tank, and he just quit. He literally just turned around. He didn't even get dropped. He just turned around. He was literally went from whooping Jarvis's ass to turning around, waving his hand, saying, "Nah, I'm done. I'm done." Like the tide didn't even turn yet. Like Jarvis wasn't even winning yet. Tom Zanetti was still fucking winning the fight.
He bet on himself losing.
So yeah, after seeing that, because I like making predictions based off of people's last performances, because that's when they're at their best. So due to seeing Jarvis get his ass whooped for damn near 3 rounds straight, I gotta go with Gib on that one.
Did Blueface baby fight?
Yeah, Blueface fought, but he's not in the tournament. They were just like an extra fight. He fought Ed Matthews. Blueface won by 4th round knockout. That one was Blueface looked really good. I was thoroughly surprised. I mean, his opponent was a little lackluster. His opponent was like a fucking steroid head Paulo Costa lookalike. So the guy was very stiff, and he was like holding his breath on his punches, and he got tired super quick. And Blueface just picked him apart. I would love to see Blueface fight in Misfits. I would love to see it because Blueface looked good. I think they got some really good matchups for him in Misfits. King Kenny, I think these two, this is gonna be the fight to watch. I think this fight should be the main event of the next card. I think they're gonna put Gib as the main event because Gib is probably the star. But these two, King Kenny got a 2nd round knockout. He knocked out Nate, my mate Nate coming from Thailand. He looked really fun. Both of these guys, this was probably the best technique wise fight of the night. I was especially impressed with King Kenny. And then he's gonna be fighting this Brazilian Whindersson, super famous guy out of Brazil. He's the one, he has like over 40 million Instagram followers. He's like super fucking famous in Brazil, and he looked like this guy is the real dark horse. I thought my mate Nate was the dark horse. Whindersson is the real dark horse. He had everything on point. Everything. He had good speed. He had good head movement. He had really good counters, really good combinations, body, head, body combinations, just mixing it up. Whindersson looked really good. I'd never seen him fight before, so I was really, really impressed. So him versus King Kenny will be a very fun fight. That fight's going to be very technical. That fight will look like a pro boxing fight. That fight will look like a pro fight. On the women's side, I don't really know. I didn't really see who's fighting who next. But I'll say on the women's side, I'm most impressed with Barbie. Barbie's very tall. She's probably, I think, the tallest one in there. She looked really good. She has a lot of power. She needs to learn how to use her reach a little bit better, but she looks really good. I saw there was a lot of Barbie fans in the live stream. And I was impressed with Julie Polka, the Brazilian. I was really impressed with her. She needs to get a hold of her gas tank a little more, maybe take it a little more easy in the beginning, but other than that, she showed really good power, really good defense. She looked really good.
I guess the YouTube boxing scene is getting a little bit more exciting than it was.
Oh yeah, they're getting, you could easily tell they've elevated more and more, but that's what happens when you're training more and more. The longer you train, the better you're gonna get. So these guys are getting a lot better. But from the girls' end, I kind of like the sloppy fighting where they just fucking swing and they're like throwing slapping punches and shit. I don't know, I just find it hilarious.